Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Kote TV, and it is yet another day that we dive into the creative space. My name is Hesbon Dean, and today I have a young content creator here, and we are going to be talking about content creation. Maybe before we go too far, let me just give him a moment to introduce himself. So stay tuned, stay with us throughout this course. Welcome.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I'm Skibi. They know me as Skibi,
Okay.
but my real names are Sanaed Olesopia.
Okay.
Yeah, from Narok County.
Okay. You come from Narok.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm a content creator.
Uh-huh.
I specialize most on jokes and pickup lines,
Okay.
but I also do script content, but kidogo tu.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's a brief about me.
Okay. So just to begin with, is there a limit to what we term content creation?
Yeah, content creation iko na limit.
Mm-hmm.
Naweza sema, first of all, to create a content,
Mm-hmm.
you have to know your audience.
Okay, knowing your audience.
And what they do,
Okay.
and how they react to what you produce,
Okay.
because there are some contents of which siwezi mention,
Yeah.
but kuna some people hawawezi view other contents,
Okay.
you see, because they may be a bit sexual, something like that.
Yeah.
Something.
Okay, so on TikTok, if you go to TikTok, you realize that there are people who go live when they are sleeping, right?
Yeah.
And you realize that people will watch these videos. People will, like, through that they will gain views, they will gain followers, and they will gain likes. And this is just someone sleeping. So in this case, can we call that content?
It's not content.
What is it?
That's fame.
Fame.
Uh,
So what's the thin line between fame and content?
okay, content is what you produce to make other people happy.
Okay.
But fame, it's who you are
Mm-hmm.
and how people love you.
Okay.
You see.
Okay.
But content is what you create to make them happy.
Okay.
You see, but if you just sleep and you get likes and followers, that means you're famous and they just love you.
Okay.
You see,
Yeah.
someone like, I can give an example.
Okay. Yeah.
Someone like, let's say Aziad. Aziad can just dance. It's not content, but she will get likes and followers.
Okay.
You see, but for me, I create content to get those likes and followers.
Okay.
But in the process of creating that content, I also become famous. You see, so that's the relationship.
Okay. So there's content and then there's fame.
Yeah, this content.
So
and fame.
content is what you do that makes people happy,
Mhm.
and then after doing this, which makes people happy, you become famous.
Yeah.
And now you can just do anything which is not content, and people still follow you.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
how it works.
I get that. So, what are some of the things that someone has to consider before choosing the type of content to do?
You have to consider your audience first
Mm-hmm.
and your passion towards the content. First, when you talk about audience, you have to know the type of content you produce. It's for which bracket of ages. Because unajua TikTok kuna watu different ages.
Yeah.
Tuseme kuna mzee, kuna us youth, unaona?
Yeah.
So before you create, unafaa ujue audience yenye unataka ikue and the what can I say? Audience and passion.
Yeah.
Venye unapenda, the way you what you like.
Okay.
You see, what you like is what you do best.
Yeah.
Unaona?
Yeah.
So that's what I consider most so far as for me.
Okay. So you consider your audience and what you love doing.
Yeah, and what I love doing.
Okay. So let's start to talk about what you love doing. How about if you start doing something and then you realize that, okay, you love doing this thing, but the response from the audience is not so good. Like, they are not getting it the way you expect them to. How do you deal with this situation? Do you switch to something you don't love but people love?
Yeah, sometimes inabidi. Unaona? Because there's a time unaonanga unafanya a certain content and TikTok wameifungia or something like that. It's not going to a larger audience. Unaona? So hapo inabidi switch to what you don't like.
Okay.
But if if umeona content umefanya imerhyme na your passion and the audience are conversant with it, just do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I heard you mention that you do jokes, right?
Yeah, I do.
So when did you realize, or when did you start being funny?
Okay, I'm a comedian first. So nikiwa na mabeshte nile niko tuza, like I just create a joke, then they tell me you're supposed to be behind the camera.
Okay.
That's how I even started content creation. My friends, actually my close friends, walikuwa wananiambia you can do content creation because of how you're funny. Unaona? And there's a time you can just see a beautiful lady, then a pickup line just comes in your mind. So me, I approach, I do it. So wananiambia the way that girl reacted, you can do it behind the cameras and you can gain something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that explains how you realized that you can be funny.
Yeah, that I can be funny.
Okay. So how long has it been?
Okay, I'm a student one university.
Yeah.
And I'm a second year actually. But nilianza nikiwa fresher, kianza when I was joining.
Okay.
That's when I started content creation.
When you were joining campus.
Yeah.
So how have they reacted to you, your audience? How have they reacted? Have they shown you some love that okay, what you're doing you can do best?
Yeah, so much love.
Okay.
So much love. Because that design wanani support iko too high. I just like it.
Okay.
Because they accept what I do and wanani support pia in every way. Like tuseme, because kuna challenges pia, but they come through wananisaidia.
Okay. So what else can you do, or what else are you doing besides doing jokes? Can you do stand-up comedy?
Stage comedy. Yeah, I can do, but sija plan sana, but I think I'm going there. But
You're heading there.
I can really do it with passion.
Okay. So when you pull up a joke, and then of course somewhere at the back of your mind you think it's something funny, right? For you to pull up something like a joke. So how do you get the guarantee that your joke will be funny to the people, that people will laugh at your joke?
Okay, it depends. Hiyo sasa ni challenge of the content now, you see, because you may have something funny at the back of your mind, but ukijaribu kuiexpose wasea wacheki, unaona?
Yeah.
So tunafanyanga a lot of contents, then I just choose the best reacted, then now I edit and I post. Okay. But to create content, for example a joke that unatembea tu kwa msee ukipiga simu then it's something funny, you have to have something in mind that is mostly commonly used. Like recently nilikuwa na idea ya kufanya kuhusu aviator. You see the way it's trending and the way Muindia anafanya wasee aviator. I'm planning on doing a joke about it.
Okay.
Yeah, a very simple one. It's coming, I think tomorrow. Ama hadi leo jioni, it depends.
Okay. So which social media platforms are you vibrant in?
TikTok. So far.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Does it mean you don't have accounts in other social media platforms?
Okay, I have them, but unaanzanga na TikTok. TikTok will give you fame. Because everyone right now is on TikTok. So after you have gained the fame that you are expecting, that's now where you push them to the other platforms. Like unaweza fanya a video, you cut the video short, then you tell them full video on YouTube. So they'll have to go if they want, and they automatically subscribe.
Okay.
Yeah. So TikTok just gives you fame first. Yeah.
You know, back then, it was said that TikTok is for ladies, and at some point it was childish and all that. Like people perceived it as childish, something that is for ladies and all that. How do you feel about that?
It's not good. Si poa kabisa. Because TikTok what depends is your content. You see, because unajua kitambo wase walikuwa wanaingia TikTok kudance just to follow the voices ya wasee, no. But TikTok, if you just have content, you are good to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's a very bad idea kusema TikTok is for ladies.
okay.
Yeah, like,
So how do you keep your content relevant in the sense of relevant to young people, relevant to old people, relevant to corporate people, relevant to people with different personalities? How do you collect all these people and gather them and share one content that is relevant to both of them?
okay, that is another challenge because you can't, there's no way you can do something and everyone is happy about it. You know? So sometimes I may pull up a joke that is a bit sexual but funny. So comment section, there are positive comments and negative comments. So that's where now you know where to balance. You see. So when I create a joke, I make sure it's something relevant for both young, old, and hata watoto. Unaona? Yeah, that's how I do.
Okay. But then, I think jokes are just out there. In as much as a joke may sound vulgar, but jokes are just out there. And of course, if you do something, there are people who will hate that thing just naturally. You've not done anything bad to them, but they will hate it. And then there are people who will naturally love that joke. So, if you do a joke and certain group of people don't like it, is it that it's your problem ama ni wao just a group of haters? For example, niseme umefanya joke and then you realize that a group of old people, are against this joke. Is it your burden that you have to adjust in some way ama you leave it with them like that?
Now it's theirs. Hiyo ni shida yao sasa.
Mhm.
Ni hapo naweza sema hiyo ni shida yao. Because
Okay.
you know when you create content, the way your video is exposed. Hata venye TikTok wana expose video yako, it depends with how the people love it. The views that you get. For example, if I post a video, ipate kitu kama 200k views and likes zifike 100k, I'll just know that hata the way comments si mzuri, a lot of people liked it. You see? So for me, I'll not focus on the few who doesn't like. I go with the many who like, then I continue with my content.
But how about okay, how about if this group of people who don't like it are a section? Of course, as a person, as you do your content, you aim to entertain everyone, right?
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah. But then you realize that a group of people, for example, old people, don't like your content because they feel it's in some way abusive. Let me say that. Though, yeah, it's in some way abusive. How do you deal with that situation?
That way now, I cannot deal with it. So hard. By the way, it's so hard to balance.
Do you then limit your audience to young people? Like, what do you do? Or you now mix jokes that entertain old people, you mix jokes that entertain young people and all that?
No, now I've limited. My jokes are for younger viewers. You see. So, for example, when you go through, ukienda through TikTok, ukiona nini imekubamba, content imekunice,
Yeah.
you follow that person. But ukifika uone, this guy is burglar, you continue scrolling, you don't follow. So that's how TikTok imefanya na kwa choose. If this content does not haikunice, just keep it, don't follow.
Okay.
Ama pia wako na part ya recommendation. If you want to see these videos most often, you click here. You see. But sasa kama utaki, video zangu haziwezi kuja kwa audience ya the old people.
Okay.
So that's how we do. Sometimes TikTok pia imetusaidia sana kufanya.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, okay. As we do content, we aim to do this as a way of earning income as young people, right?
Yeah.
Of course, a good percentage of young people right now are earning from content creation, and you get jobs from corporate people as a content creator. So it means in your content you have to put into consideration what the corporate likes. So how about if the corporate does not like the type of content you do, but then you do this to be like as your way of business? what is it that they look? Do they look for your type of content, or they look for how much you are known out there?
They look for how much you are engaged to your people.
Okay.
You see, the way your account is doing. You see, if you have something like 1 million followers,
Mm.
that way you just get more gigs automatically, because they know you are. For example, I can give you a content creator like Kosibundi. You see, someone like Kosibundi, because of his your cheekiness and the followers,
Mm.
he just gets gigs from even Betika, SportPesa, those things, just to do some adverts. You know,
Yeah.
so inakuanga tu base, inaendanga na design ume interact na wase na design content yako iko exposed tu kwa nje. You know,
Okay. So, what are some of the challenges you're facing, in the process of doing your content?
camera,
Uh-huh.
first one.
Okay.
First one ni camera. I'm working on it actually.
Okay.
Camera, juu mi nategemeanga kamera ya iPhone,
Mm.
but the guy owning the iPhone is not consistent. You know?
Okay.
So
Okay.
sometimes unapata una postpone content. That is one challenge.
Mm.
Second challenge ni audience.
Okay.
Unafanyanga a lot of trials, but unapata pia unaweza fanya like 7 contents, unapata pia zote hakuna yenye imekuja best.
Mm,
Unaona?
yeah,
So inabidi umeachana tu nayo. So those are some of the challenges.
Okay.
Then ingine ni haters obvious wako. Unajua huwezi kosa haters. Kuna time unaweza tembea tu hivi, umeingia chuo hivi, unasikia tu msee anakwambia, but then umeona ule msee TikTok spendi kitu anafanya.
Anasema tu like someone says that out loud. Ukisikia.
Yani like anasema tu hivi, ama
Okay.
anaambia best out loud and you are next hapo.
Okay.
Unaona? So uko tu zile za like okay, sawa. So inani demoralize sometimes, unaona?
Mm.
Sina hiyo consistency, but
So how do you deal with that as a person? You do something out there, you feel it's your best, but then someone hates on it. How do you deal with that?
sometimes I ignore.
You ignore.
Sometimes unasemanga tu acha tu iende.
I think at some point imekujaza hadi inataka you want to burst.
Hakuna kitu. Mimi niko na roho nyepesi sana. Ikiingia tu inatoka. Unaona? So haijai nishika sana ati ile. Itaniumiza tu for like
That moment.
yeah, 2 hours, 3 hours hapo. But then nikishapata psyche tu nione kuna mbogi iko place inafaa inakaa kucheka.
Mm.
Ai, psyche inakuja tu mimi napiga.
Okay, that's good. So how frequent do you post your content, or how frequent should someone post content to be relevant?
Okay, it depends. If you are beginning, if you are a beginner, you have to post every day.
Every day.
And upate wase. That's how I started. I was posting videos every day. You know? Inaeleweka sometimes you can have some duties, huwezi fanya content kila siku. So if there's a day you are free, kama weekend, I can even make at least 10 contents. Then during the week, tuseme niko na classes, nini mashughuli, I just edit, I post, edit and post. Mtu anadhani I do content every day, but I only do it on weekend. You know, the best idea actually.
Okay, so you mentioned as part of the challenges you face that you find it difficult accessing a camera, and then you realize that you have to post content every day. Like you said when you were beginning, you were posting every day. So how are you dealing with that? You don't have cameras, but you have to post every day.
When the camera is available, hapo naye napiga hata 12, 20, even 20.
Okay.
Bora tu yani nisikuwe na limit. Tuseme kama huyu msee ni msee ako busy, you is someone who's working. So namwambianga tu uko wapi msee, kuja hivi nataka kupiga content, ananiambia sawa. So akikam content napiga hata karibu 20 ananitumia, mimi naenda na edit.
Okay. So but then on the creative part, like how, because you can be having content like imekukujia tu saa hiyo, and it's just one thing and the camera is there at that moment. Like, do you write your content to keep them for future production, ama like how do you deal with that? How do you find yourself doing 10 contents at the same time?
Okay, I write content creation. Kwanza ni kitu kingine ya naweza sema it's something very delicate.
Okay.
You can have a joke in mind right now, but after 2 minutes it's gone.
Okay.
You don't remember it. So I usually have a notepad kwa simu tu.
Okay.
So ikikam through, hata saizi nikiwa hapa tu ikuja natoa tu simu naandika. Okay, now I write. So wakati niko na camera I just go through them. Naona this can make this type of audience. Yani unaenda na audience. naona azi hii na maboys haiwezi, hii na madem haiwezi, so you be choosy like that. Yeah.
So just as we wind up, what are some of the things you would want to tell people out there?
Just do what makes you happy. Hii life unafanya chenye inakubamba, unaona. If you feel like content creation is your thing, go for it. Editing is kwa shida. Mimi nilijifunza kuedit YouTube using the tutorial videos.
Okay.
It's so easy. Ama tunataka tu mse anajua kuedit, akuedit.
Okay.
That thing is, you just do something out of passion, what you like. Na usi expect do kwanza. Usiingie content creation uki-expect pesa.
Okay.
Ingia kwanza ugain chenye ulikuwa unataka, then pesa inakam baadaye. Yeah, that's the best advice I can give. Just do what makes you happy. Fanya kitu unapenda.
Okay. Give your fans your social media platforms so that they can follow you and find it there.
Okay, on TikTok, I go by I am Skibi, AYAM /Skibi. Then Instagram, the same, I am Skibi. YouTube, Skibi254.
Okay.
Then we have Twitter najiita Satan. Twitter iko na maneno.
Okay.
Twitter najiita Satan.
Wait,
then,
is it the Satan I know ama kuna mwingine
the devil.
Okay. In Twitter is where you find that people have very funny names.
Yeah, very
kuna God, kuna
There's
Jesus, kuna me, and then there's Satan. Are you the Satan now?
Now I'm Satan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's
It can be awkward, but unajua hizo replies saa zingine hizo
Yeah.
tunaonanga kwa memes, sisi tunakuanga tumepost hapo.
okay.
Unaona?
Okay. Now I get it.
So ukiona tu Satan kwa meme yoyote ujue tu ni Skibi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for being around.
Yeah.
This was just our first episode of content creation. In the future, we'll have more of such. And thank you for being around. Thank you for trusting in the creative space. I hope we get to meet another day.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So, guys, that has been the creative space, and I was your host, Dayan Hesbon. We just had our first episode of content creation, and we hope to have more of such. Stay tuned. If you have anything in mind that has not been said or tackled, leave it at the comment section. Till we meet again, subscribe to our channel. Yo.